Greetings everyone. Today I am going to be cleaning my Type 99 Arisaka. Yeah, I probably should have done this video a while ago, but whatever, I'm doing it now. So, first things first, take the bolt out, which is extremely simple. Just move it up, pull it back, and there's a little tab here that we pull open, and there is the bolt, which I don't really need to clean all that much. So, the Type 99 is a good rifle. I really like this rifle. It's very accurate. I'm just not thrilled about the ammo price. It's $1.88 a round for the ammo I buy. It's the only ammo I can find. Ouch. I hate that. Regardless, I got some little tools here. So first off, I have 270 to 35 caliber patches because the Arisaka is not a 30 caliber rifle, it's a 31 caliber, 7.7 by 58. 7.7 is 31 caliber, it's not 30 caliber. It's just slightly bigger, but it's whatever. Anyway, so start with the cleaning rod and the mop, run it through the barrel, and I'm also going to clean the bolt with a little bit of CLP, and as well as the receiver and magazine. So let's just get that done. I didn't shoot all that much out of this rifle today, so, and it's not like I'm using old surplus stuff anyway, because I will never use surplus. So I don't really need to clean it all that hardcore. I actually technically don't need to clean it at all, but I'm still going to. So this is a 30 caliber mop. And it's not a bad fit, but it's not a perfect fit. There is some resistance, which is good, but there's not like an enormous amount of resistance. Because again, this mop was designed for 30 caliber. Any 30 caliber rifle, by the way. If it's chamfered and it's 7.62, it's 30 caliber, and it's, well, you know. Anyway, that'll do it. So then I will move on to the brush. But before I do that, let me take some paper towels here and go over the bolt. Oh. Go over the bolt and the receiver. I mean, there's basically nothing coming off of this. This is just to lubricate it and protect it. That's what CLP does. It cleans, lubricates, and protects. That's literally what CLP stands for. Anyway, again, I really, really do like this rifle. And also, I basically have the front sight zeroed. Now, if you don't know, the front sight is dovetailed. However, there's a bit of a problem. There really isn't a tool that was made to zero the rifle because they were zeroed at the factory. There is a tool called the Arizona Sight Drifter. That's what I've been using to tap over that front sight. I almost have it zeroed. As you can see right there, I'm behind the camera now holding this. That is at 50 yards, and keep in mind, where I'm aiming is, hold on, is like right here in this area, and it's hitting there. So it's about 3 or 2 inches away from the center. That's very close. Anyway, I'm very happy about that. My my Mosin is fully zeroed, or more or less fully zeroed. Now the advantage of the Mosin is I actually have the tool to precisely zero it. For the Arisaka, no such tool exists, which I'm pretty surprised about. You think there would be eventually some kind of tool like that. Oh yeah, clean that good. Get some CLP in there. A little bit of crud is coming out, like a little bit of carbon, but it's really not all that dirty. I fired maybe 35, 40 rounds, not a lot. And my shoulder doesn't hurt. If you're wondering about the recoil of the Arisaka, it kicks more than a Mosin, but it really isn't all that awful. Now, if you're shooting like a 12 gauge sitting down all the time, also this is a 30 cal brush. It's engaging with the rifling, which is good. If you're shooting a 12 gauge sitting down, you're going to feel that. But a full power rifle like this, yeah, you're going to start feeling it after a while, but it's not that bad. Like, honestly. Okay. Now it's time for the patches. Oh, also, another fun fact, a little fun fact at the Arisaka. The buttstock is actually in two pieces. I don't know if you could see that, but there's a seam. I don't know why they manufactured them like that. You might be able to see better here. Hopefully you can actually see that. Yeah, it's in, I don't know why they manufacture it like that. Weird, right? I don't know. Also, I don't know the exact date of this rifle. I'm assuming it's like 1943-ish because it's more simplified than the earlier Arisakas because it doesn't have a dust cover and it doesn't have the anti-aircraft sights. You heard that right. The Japanese put anti-aircraft sights on their rifles for a while. Yeah, pretty crazy, but you know, mine doesn't have that. It doesn't have those things. It also doesn't have a cleaning rod. So, safe to assume it's probably like a 1943. It does not. It also doesn't have a chrysanthemum. So, well, I don't really care. It's at least an Arisaka that I know isn't going to explode, because some Arisakas, especially like the last ditch ones, and same thing with Kar 98s, they are they're sketchy, at least from what I hear. All right. Oh, these patches don't really grip. They're not. Maybe I should use 223 patches, but they're in the other room, and I don't want to. I don't want to go get them. I really, really like it when the patches are really tight in there. And for my my Mosin and my SKS, the 30 cals, that's what I do. I use the 223 patches. Now these patches are coming out kind of dirty because not all the powder is burning. I know that for a fact because you can see how short this rifle is. Not all that powder is burning, and also I'm using 174 grain round nose soft points. I said 174 grain, right? I hope I did. By Norma. Good ammo, expensive ammo, and yes, I'm saving the brass. I have a big bag of brass, by the way. I've shot a decent amount of ammo through this rifle already. Now, you might be wondering, I did talk about it in a video before when I was shooting this on a video. Why did I get this rifle? I knew the ammo was going to be expensive. I knew all these things. I wanted to rescue it from a man named Bubba, because his heinous hands would probably try and screw around and put a red dot on this thing. Don't do that. This is nearly clean, honestly. Again, I'm not using crud ammo. I'm not using ammo that is just filth, so I don't need to be super anal about cleaning it. But I'm going to be anyway, because this thing is old. It's an old rifle. Just like my Mosin, it is very, very old. Whatever. But yeah, I do like this rifle. Now, a rifle I'd rather have over this, if I could pick another bolt action, would be a Lee Enfield, like a Mark I or Mark I Star. More specifically, the Mark I, because I think the Mark I Star is a bit more simple. Only because Tier 3 British is actually not that expensive. You can get it fairly cheap, and that's what I like. Now, I could be really lazy and say, oh, give me a Mosin PU, because I buy that ammo. I'd still love a Mosin PU. Although, an SVT-40 is probably... That's definitely a gun on my want list. Come on. I'd be very curious to know if any of you guys watching own an Arisaka. And before someone says, I actually own a sniper Arisaka. Oh, man. You are one lucky bugger if you... own one of them, because those are not exactly common. I mean, these aren't either. Like, these rifles are not very common. If you find one of these rifles and it's in good shooting condition, buy it and take good care of it. And yes, the hunting ammo, if you're curious, is more than capable of taking down deer. This is an elk rifle, honestly. It can. It has more than enough firepower. And I'm very curious. I want to see some footage of round nose soft points hitting ballistics gel. I think that'd be very interesting. Would it, expand much quicker than a Spitzer round? Curious. So yeah, this is basically clean now. The patches aren't coming out perfect, but I wouldn't expect them to. They can't exactly grip onto the barrel extremely easily. But again, I'm using modern ammunition. Also, no, I do not have stripper clips for this. I have been looking for cheap, good reproduction stripper clips because I don't want to buy original clips. And I would like to use stripper clips with this thing. Because I like that. I like using stripper clips. I have clips for my Mosin and for my SKS, and they're fantastic reproductions. I have 2 originals for the SKS stuff that a lovely range officer gave me. I have hit the bullseye at 100 yards with this thing before, even with the sight being wonky, so I'm not a really bad shot. I'm not the world's greatest shot, but I'm not awful either. But yeah, if I'm hitting the bullseye at 50 or 100 yards with a rifle, I'm going to call the sight basically zeroed, especially at 100. That's where the Mosin hits. The Mosin hits near the bullseye almost all the time at 100 yards, and probably could go way further than that. I could probably hit something at 200 or even 300 within a practice. Because listen up, FUDs, and idiots out there, the Mosin Nagant, just like the Arisaka, are not inaccurate shotguns. They're not. Just because they're not as accurate as the 6.5 Creedmoor does not mean that they are inaccurate rifles. Hell, there's probably still people out there, I use my dad's Lee Enfield to hunt deer all the time, hitting them at 150 yards or more all the time, easy peasy. And I believe that. Yeah, it's British, but the Lee Enfield's cool. I don't know why it needs 10-round magazines, but okay. I'll do one more patch, and then I'm going to call that good, and then I'll put the bolt in, and then that'll be that. But yeah, let me know down below if you own an Arisaka, have shot one, or if you own any old rifles, old like World War II bolt actions. I would love to hear what you own, and your satisfaction or dissatisfaction with them, because I'm very curious. All right, yeah, I'm going to call that clean. I don't need to do a perfect job. Rifle is clean enough. If I check yeah, it's pretty shiny. Oh, also, one thing I really like about this rifle. Doesn't that just give an old sharpshooter look? I love it. Now, the bolt going back in is very easy. Just do that. It locks on the bolt locks open on an empty mag. So, and it also cocks on close. And the trigger, outstanding. This thing has a trigger. It's like a 4-pound trigger probably. Also, this thing weighs about 7.5 pounds. It's a light rifle. That's probably why this thing kicks more than the Mosin. Look how small it is, and it's light. This is actually like the lightest rifle I own, funny enough. And my RDB is probably my heaviest because of all the stuff I have on it. But anyway, yeah, that's my Type 99 Arisaka, probably 1943. There's some kanji here. This just says Type 99. You probably can't see that, but this translates just to Type 99. It's beautiful. I don't exactly know where Arisaka comes from. Why is it called Arisaka? Was that a dude? Was that original designer? Or was it a factory? Or is it something that's none of those things? I'm very interested. But yeah, love this rifle. I hate how expensive the ammunition is. Regardless, I hope you found this video kind of interesting, hopefully, and learned a thing or two about the Type 99. Also, the bolt on this thing is very easy to disassemble. I'm not doing it because it's hard to reassemble, for me at least, and I don't need to get in there anyway. Regardless, fantastic rifle, shoots accurately, has a nice recoil to it that I like. I just wish the ammo was as cheap as as at least, at least I wish it was only like 80 cents a round or something. I'd live with that, but $1.88 a round. My God. Regardless, super cool, lighter sight. That can sometimes be a pain in the ass, but nice, small aperture barleycorn sight. Accurate. Just like the Mosin sight. Accurate. But yeah. She's very pretty, isn't she? A little dinged up, but that's just character. Regardless, thank you guys so much for watching. And remember, in Trilby, we trust.